with it right. Here with who I started with, we something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, 8 Uno Central Coast, mob and suicide. Always arsonist. I step in the booth and cast, I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music, I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back live on Chicano Tube, live again on Chicano Street. Do me a favor, raza, if you like these bangers that we keep dropping on the daily, cabrones, well, hit that like button right there. That's all I ask, cabrones. You could drop a comment below. Also, and any time in the video for any questions or just give it props, or maybe you don't like it. If you don't like it, you don't have to hit the pinchy thumbs up. There's a button especially for you if you don't like it. For the lurkers, the creeps, the weirdos, the stalkers, the haters, and all their supporters. There's a button. If you want to tell Mikey, chinga tu madre, Mikey, go ahead and hit it. It's right there. It's called the thumbs down. Okay, it's all to the good, but you're going to have to pay to play, cabrones, one way or another. Hit those buttons right there. There's also a hype button. If you want to go down to the comments, you can go ahead and scroll right to the comments and hit that hype video. We're trying to reach the largest audience as possible, right? Before we get into the title of this video, did the full community get the top 50 rappers list right? Well, let's hear what the streets got to say. Before we do that, let's keep it professional. Let's go through the formalities. Gracias to all the day oneers. Gracias to everyone inside the members only, man. The members only gets the biggest shout out. I highly appreciate the members only more than they know for their something 99 every single month. You guys get the biggest shout out of them all. And if you're new to the channel, stay subscribed because we drop banger after banger on this channel, okay? So let's keep it pushing, man. All right, let's go ahead and get into the title of this video. So Full Community did a video, and it was the other day, and I believe it was with Compa Raider. Shout out to Compa Raider, Trash Bag Boys right there. And shout out to Prime God, I think it is, Prime God 87 on Instagram, something like that. South Central's in the house right there. And they also included Lush One, I believe is the individual's name, right? Lush One. That individual, Lush One, he's a character, man. He's a character. I've seen a lot of videos on, I don't want to say a lot of videos. I've seen some videos come across my feed on the internet. I don't know. You know, they're saying the individuals from the Bay Area, that he was a hip hop guy, a break dancer. And some people are saying he was a rapper from the Bay Area. And then some people say he's from down south. And some people say he's with the Double S program. Shout out to the Double S program. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're probably better off not knowing. But I don't know. This individual is just very, very unique, right? And he's a member of the No Jumper podcast, and he's a permanent member. So that means he's got some podcasting game. Okay, you can't just have a seat on the No Jumper show and not have any kind of podcasting game, right? Unless they're trying to fill the seats up with just entourage, or unless they're doing tryouts or auditions, etc., right? So anyways, they went ahead and they did a top 50 rappers list. And in their top 50 rappers list, they named the top 50 rappers. And they were going back and forth. What do you think about him? What do you think about him? What do you think about him? And everyone had conflicting opinions because everyone is just going to see things differently, right? Well, last year, your boy did this last year. Last year, I put my ear to the streets, okay, because I don't really listen to a lot of new rap. The only time I download new rap is if I get to DJ a middle school or to DJ a high school, which I have. I mean, this year maybe 2 or 3. Then I got to know the newest rap, right? I don't get invited a lot to DJ because honestly, I don't have a lot of clean versions of a lot of songs. And if you want me to play it, then I'm gonna play it the way I play it. I don't have a lot of clean music. Most of it tiene, explicit lyrics. But I do gigs like that. And that's the time that I need to go ahead and download newer rap music. So I went ahead and I put a list together, and we're going to go through this list, me and you, to see if maybe you guys want to point out in the comments below a bias, maybe someone that made my top 10 list that shouldn't be on the top 10. Now, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I decided to keep it simple. Top 50, damn, that would be like a 4 or 5 hour video, okay? I don't got the time because I ain't going to make a 4 or 5 hour video. but I decided to put together Chicano Tube's top 10 rappers hot and banging right now. So here it is right here, okay? And Chicano Tube's top 10 got bars list. That's how you know it's a different list, right? It's not a top rappers list. It's not a top California or even, you know, putting down a demographic. But most of these rappers, I will say this, are raza. Most of them are raza, and we're not going to get too technical on raza. Let's just say they're brown, okay? Before we get into any fucking technicalities there and people get their panties in a bunch, okay? Most of these are brown, and I got by way of Merced, California, I got GB. This is in no particular order, gente. I just put 10 on there. You notice I didn't number it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just put 10 on there, and every single one of these individuals got bars.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
All right, we got GB coming from Merced, California. Absolutely. The youngster GB got major bars. I mean, major bars, okay? He's representing the Central Valley. He's representing Northern California. He's putting on, not just that, he's actually an individual that sows back into his community. A lot of people didn't know this about GB, man. GB does backpack drives. He does toy drives. He does blanket drives, clothes drives, turkey drives, back to school drives, all this other stuff, man, where I actually saw a video where they were sweating him. I don't know if it was, what it was he said that they took a permit away from him, the city, when they found out he was going to do a fundraiser and all that. And I do want to say that's some hating ass shit, man. I understand what a person raps about can be negative, but then again, in rap music, you know, you actually have that freedom of speech to be able to rap in your lyrics. And, you know, those could all be what they call satire. It could just not be held against you because some people just rap like fucking CB4. You know what I mean? Remember CB4? CB4, perfect example. MC Gusto. Motherfuckers rap, but he wasn't really bout about it. And how do you know when they're bout about it? If you get called out. If you get called out, pull up, throw hands. Unless, to me, you're a punk, right? So GB's on that list. Peysoh is number 2 on this list, and Peysoh is on fire. He's hot. Another thing I like about Peysoh, gente, is he's got that stilo still, man. He's still with the combing his hair back. He's still with putting on hairnets, etc. To me, that just means OGs from a neighborhood were the ones that schooled him down. That way they don't look, you know, too far off, right? Because you can get too far off from your culture where it's actually you're embracing another culture and not even your own culture. I don't want to get into that in this video, but I can, but I'm not. So shout out to Peysoh. He's doing big, major things. Now, the next one I got on the list is actually who the food community put number 1 on their list, which is Geesy. Geesy is dropping nothing but fire. That dude got bars on top of bars. You can hear the hood. You can hear the trap in the music. You can hear all of that. So it's safe to say that Tafu, you know, he fucks with a lot of Geesy because Tafu was the one in front of the pinche pizarrón, the chalkboard, writing them all down. At the end of the day, it seemed like Tafu was going to have the last word on who is number wherever they're placed at, right? But he placed Geesy at number 1, so shout out to Geesy. Next, we're coming by way of Southern California. I absolutely, when you think got bars, it's undeniable that you cannot skip over the Yotes, which is the Coyotes. The Coyotes got major bars. Not just that, they're doing music videos with Mario Lopez and Shaq, etc. I saw the interview when he came out on the All Facts podcast, right? It was because of some Hater World drama, etc., right? That Hater World had commented about KSB on All Facts. It's a long story. Go back and watch the videos. It's on the internet forever. The clips are there forever. But they wanted to ask the Yotes when they came on the podcast about that, right? Just to stir the pot, get some clips. I get it, right? Not just that. It's pura internet bullshit anyways, but why not? It's pura parabola, right? they have major bars, okay? Because some people just rap, right? It's just sangre and bodies. And how many bodies are you going to drop in your rap song? How many bodies, right? But can you put a bar together? Can you put a bar together? I'll tell you what, as a representation for La Raza, Coyotes is definitely on my top 10 to putting bars together. Now, next, we have coming by way of Northern Sacramento, to be exact, coming out of Howe Park in Sacra. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone from Sacra, man. Comment below what you think about me including Cheto Ranas inside of that top 10. Cheto Ranas has his own unique style, ain't trying to copy nobody, and is coming with some heat when it comes to bars, right? I slept on Cheto a little bit in the beginning, but now I got the latest bangers loaded on the DJ board, etc. And so I want to give him his flowers. Aquí está, cabrón. Hey, you definitely are on the top 10 Chicano Tube Got Bars list for 2025. All right, let's keep it moving, gente. I couldn't deny also another youngster that his name is Acito. This guy, Acito, okay, let's say it like the Gabacho say it, Acito, however he wants to say it, right? It reminds me of one time I knew it was a homie, and let me take this off. And he was mixed. I don't know what he was mixed with, but I think it was mixed either with Gabacho or something, right? And his last name was Davis, right? And every time the homie would say his last name, Davis, he would correct people when they would say, and this was, of course, behind the walls, right? They call out your last name, etc., to go to here, there, and everywhere, right? And he would always correct people that his last name wasn't Davis, that, in fact, it was Davis. Okay. However you want to say it, though, Acito is definitely on the list. He's got bangers. He's got tracks. He's a hitter. He's putting on right now for Northern California. So I want to give a shout out to that youngster and just tell him, keep doing what you does, because you got bars, my boy. All right. Another one we got on the list is, this individual right here representing the Florence district over there in Los Angeles in Southern California. This individual strikes me as an individual who doesn't play games. Straight to the point, no BS. Just like me, I'm a driver when it comes to doing business and other things. I'm a driver. You know what I mean? Not when I'm kicking and chilling it, then I'm an expressive. But when it comes to doing business, I'm a driver personality. And this individual strikes me as a driver, straight to the point. Ben had a reputation. It's just a lot of these people don't have reputations, man. They come on the rap scene without a reputation, trying to make a name for themselves. But there's some individuals that have made a name for themselves before they even got on the mic. And I will say that Baldachi is one of those individuals that has made a name for himself, right? Now, let me talk a little bit of chisme, just a little bit of chisme, cabrones, cálmense, okay? A little bit of chisme, right? Well, when the All Facts podcast episode 1 launched and it was an absolute hit, and Top Food decided to put his mug out there. Not just that, he just decided to pop it. He's like, if everyone's popping it against me, I'm gonna pop it against everyone else, right? And one of the things that was mentioned on that very inaugural podcast was that Baldachi got hated on and wasn't getting promoted or put out there on the food community, all because of LA Icon. My. Do I know it to be true? I don't know it to be true. Was I there? I wasn't there. That's when I say I know something to be true. Either I have firsthand knowledge, I seen it, or I was in the vicinity or something, right? I'm not even going to take it from a credible source nowadays, because motherfuckers will just want you to regurgitate what they say just to put out narratives. And I'm not an easy pump-up case, and I'm not no one's puppet. So you ain't going to tell me what to say, right? I don't believe half of what I see, almost none of what I hear, right? So Baldachi is definitely a street individual. Shout out to you, man. Keep it going. Keep doing what you're doing, Baldachi. You're on my list, cabron. Top 10, got bars. BFD, here we go. Here's another controversial figure, right? Coming out of Northern California, right? And the reason I put BFD on there is, have you listened to his music, gente? That shit is flaming pinchy fire right there, right? BFD got bars. He is hailing out of Sacramento, California, which is Northern California. He's putting on for Northern California, and he got bars. It's not just body and body for body and body and body and another body and another body. And I'm catching 10 bodies on every song, right? It's not just that, man. He really got bars. Shout out to him. A little bit of controversy he's been in. Well, lately, you know, when it comes to gold toes and GT digital distribution, there's been a little bit of exchanges coming back and forth. This is not the video to expound on that. I just feel like giving a little bit of history background, or if they're popping on the internet for something, given that reason right there. But those kind of things, to me, really should be dealt with behind closed doors. That's the bad thing about having a pinchy podcast. If you're not glitchot up, sooner or later, you're going to slip by saying some shit you shouldn't have said, or maybe even worse than that, and maybe doing a serious rule violation or offense where your career is acabó. But anyways, BFD is a motherfucking major bar dropper, cabrones. So shout out to him, man. Now let's go over here to Modesto, specifically to the west side of Modesto, where we got young Iggz dropping nothing but fire, putting on for the Central Valley. Shout out to young Iggz, man. He's doing his thing. Matter of fact, I think right now, he's not even on the calles. Right now, he's behind the walls. And as you know, these rappers, when they go behind the walls, it actually gets them more clout. You know, what happens is when the rappers go behind the walls and they're popping. Okay, you can't just be a whack rapper, right? MC Whack, right? You need to be a legit rapper, right? That has a name and has sound and is popping it, right? And has bars, right? When they go behind the walls and they come back out, they just get more clout, man. People are waiting for them. You know, the countdown is on 18 months till young Iggz, or 20 months or something like Kane is coming home in March, etc. People can't wait. It's a Cain Velasquez, right? But he's not a rapper, but I just said that. Anyway, so young Iggz is doing his thing. West Side Modesto is definitely in the house. I actually have familia. I have familia in Modesto. And last but not least, this is not even a California rapper, but this guy will spit more bars, okay? He'll run laps around you with his mouthpiece, and that is the motherfucking Mexican OT. Okay? Watch the videos. He's got bars. He's got his own style. It's more of a Texas swang, right? But you can't deny the fact that he's raza. Absolutely not. Okay, with him, we don't even need to ask for the ancestry DNA like these other pendejos, right? We don't need to, right? Him, you could tell he's 100% raza, and he's putting on for la raza. So shout out to him, man. Again, I want to hear what you guys have to say about my top 10 list. Did I get it right? Am I off somewhere, gente? What is this list compared over to the food community? Maybe the food community is more delved. Maybe it's more comprehensive. Maybe it's a deeper dive. I'm not making this a 3-hour video, but I will tell you that these individuals right now have all of Southern and Northern California's respect. That's without a shadow of a doubt. All right, gente, if you like the kind of videos, hey, this kind of video right here, cabrones, hit that pinchy thumbs up. Do me a favor, man. If not, hit the thumbs down. And at the bottom of the video, you can scroll right on the comments, and there's the hype button right there. You can go ahead and hype the video. That way we can reach larger audiences. To the next episode, gente, I'm out. But don't forget to help others move in excellence, because it'll bless them, and it'll definitely bless you. To the next one, I'll see you. I'm out.